Hi everyone. Today we are going to make this beautiful river bank, Nadiyoram, we call in Tamil. A simple, peaceful, living with nature kind of work. So let's do the basic sketch. Deciding the horizontal. It's going to be a distant mountain and a small valley. So as you have seen in the image, the left side is going to be some heavy dark clouds, raining clouds, and in the right side it's going to be a meadow or valley. So let's make a house, simple house and trees around. So trying to make a taller tree to balance the image and give a good composition. A big tree and a little smaller one. Trying to draw the clouds. The upper line for the cloud can be more lighter. There's going to be a lot of clouds. It's going to be sunny day clouds, dark clouds, rain clouds, maybe I would say. So this is ultramarine blue. I generally use it for the top upper portion of the sky. And I use 300 GSM hot pressed paper. Hot pressed paper has less the surface of the paper is more soft. So I choose that because for the rainy clouds I want the colors to move around freely. So the bottom portion of the sky I use light blue, can be a manganese blue, cobalt blue. So kind of trying to apply the colors around the clouds. So when you make the sky color around the clouds, you can let it touch the pencil line so that the pencil line disappears. So I want to make more clouds. So this particular one I have not did a pencil sketch. So on the flow I'm trying to make it. Now I'm trying to mix the shadow for the clouds. It is a bluish gray, dark blue, ultramarine blue plus burnt umber, very little burnt umber. When you mix it, you get bluish gray. More of blue should be there in the mixture. So I've applied the darker shade in the bottom. Then with a simple wet press, clean wet press, and excess water removed. So you can touch the top portion of the line what you make. So now I made this line. Now with the clean brush I touch the top portion so that it becomes soft. So this is how we can make the clouds. And if you want to make it darker, if you feel, then later if you want to make it more darker, you can do it again, do the same process again. So now with the simple wet brush, make it soft, the upper portion. The clouds is really fun. Making it is fun, and watching them also, it's very fun, and it's a very beautiful scene. Moving clouds taking different shapes. So look at this, these horizontal vertical lines I'm trying to make. Just trying to get a feel of the rain. Take your time, enjoy making these clouds. Do not do it in a hurry. Doing the same process for the cloud in the right side also. So when you clean and have a simple wet brush, the excess water you have to remove it by touching the brush in a cotton cloth. That's it. So mostly we are done with the clouds now. So if needed, we can revisit later. The blue, again it's a bluish gray only I'm using here, but this is a little bit more of blue. I'm using this for the distant mountain. So while it is wet, I'm trying to touch darker tones here and there, and so that is just to make it more organic. For the land area, it's a good idea to start with the yellow. I use a particular yellow deep. So this is my favorite yellow. Mostly I use this for anything, most of the things. So after applying this yellow, wherever required, you can apply sap green. Trying to touch a little bit of sap green and an yellow mix. It is always fun to see watercolor wet on wet, nicely spreading wet on wet watercolor. So I use simple Camlin brushes. I guess I'm using number 6 right now. So in the river bank, I'm trying to make it darker using little darker green. So for the tree, you can, for the first coat, you can give a mixture of yellow plus sap green. Now I'm using sap green and trying to feel the overall size and shape of the tree. You can treat the trees also like clouds, the bunches of trees. So differentiating between the first tree and second tree. So now I could get the shape of the tree. And later I had to apply little darker color. So with the sap green you can mix ultramarine blue, darker blue to get a darker green. And if you want it more darker, you can add some burnt umber also. I prefer using small flat brush because I'm using number 4 flat brush. This beautifully defines the darker tones, beautifully define the shape of the tree. Trying to make the walls of the house reddish. So I have mixed red and burnt umber, a little bit of brown, darker brown. It is burnt umber. So first we can fill the sides walls of the house. Later we can differentiate with the doors and making darker, you can apply darker shades. And there is another house in the back that I am trying to make more of brown. Now trying to define the details for the door and window, all that. So this color combination makes it interesting. Okay, for the roof, it's very dilute bluish gray. So observe the red, green, blue combination, making the visual more interesting. Also making water is fun. So we need to work on the reflection of the mountain and the reflection of the clouds and the reflection of the trees. So the major portion here, it's the cloud. So very dilute bluish gray you can apply like this. See here ultramarine blue, the reflection of the sky. I'm trying to apply here the reflection of the sky here. And all your strokes can be mostly horizontal. So I'm leaving space for the reflection of the tree. So again loosely applying dilute ultramarine blue in the right side. Starting to apply the reflection, work on the reflection of the tree as usual, starting with the yellowish green. Then little darker green I apply. So with these, for the reflections we can apply loose colors like this. The bottom portion of the river bank can be darker, so you can do one stroke of dark green like this. So now I'm doing lifting. I use the flat brush and simple clean wet brush. So I'm vertically, you can use it and you can lift colors to make the reflection of the reflections in the water, ripples in the water. So this kind of completes overall look and feel. Further, we need to add more details. So now, yeah, it is a darker green. So more than a green, it's a blue also mixed and kind of dark gray. So few touches like this make it really good, close to the final. So now I want to make this rain clouds, rain also little darker. So mixing bluish gray again and applying. Now I'm trying to use with a bigger brush, flat brush, should be number 8. So making the rain clouds a little more darker, and yeah, with the wet brush I'm trying to make the upper portion more lighter and pulling down them with the dilute water, and it appears like it's raining. You can go, you don't have to be worried or do very careful thing. So you can do it very loose. So if it is a little darker, so I'm just lifting it again because it's more darker. So now I'm okay with this. So I have to make the upper portion of the clouds softer. So I'm doing that. Defining the clouds better. So now the image looks better and balanced. There is a darker tone in the left and the interesting trees in the house. There's the color balance and the tone balance, tonal balance. So in the horizon, so I wanted to make it a little more darker around the distant mountains. So now this defines the horizon better. I want to add more details. So in the right side again I'm starting with darker green and some fine details like twigs and grasses I can add. Also, this is the way I can add my cuckoo bird also. Trying to use very small brush, number 1 brush. Here comes my cuckoo bird. So generally I use it to represent the artist. So artists like to stand there, sit there and watch the whole painting, and so I myself the part of this painting. Well, I have taken this form of this cuckoo bird from Indian folk art. To respect Indian folk art, I use it in most of my drawings I make. So now again I'm making some lifting, and that makes it more interesting and real. So try to achieve these 3 tones. There is a highlight and middle tone and dark tone. Then your artwork will be very beautiful. Yes, I'm Muralidharan Alagar, artist from Chennai. You can visit my site cuckoo.in to check my artworks, see my artworks, and I also take art classes. You can check them out there. Sketching, oil pastels, watercolor, acrylics, and portrait drawing, all that. These birds can fly happily. So doing some lifting in the trees also to make some highlight for the tree. So it's quite simple and easy. And observe the way I hold the brush. It's a flat brush and hold them vertically. So you need to clean it. The clean wet brush, so you need to use it. Excess water, you have to remove it before touching. Then this lifting works. So now I'm using a thin brush, and it's a dark gray I'm trying to use, and trying to define a couple of people moving out there. So that makes the image more lively. Adding few twigs and leaves. So this is the general idea for the landscape, and you can make your own landscape of what you wish. So like to make the bottom portion of the meadow or the river bank darker, and with the dilute gray I'm trying to add grass like things in the right side. So I'm happy with this. At the same time, I like to make the upper portion of the sky a little more darker. So I'm trying to apply the ultramarine blue again. And you have to be a little careful. You have to smoothly, and you can apply once. Do not try to blend the colors, so it will disturb the layer in the bottom. So you can do some clean and dilute wash once, just to make it darker. So enjoy making this, celebrate art and your life. Have a good day, everyone. So kindly subscribe if you like this video, if you haven't subscribed, and share with your friends also. See you in the next video. Bye.